Hi guys, Fat Pudding here. Welcome back to another race on Gran Turismo 7. This was a daily race that I did the other day, driving the Renault Megane. Just to let you know guys, qualified 10th in the grid. No setup on this car at all, completely stock. As I said before in my previous video, not really into tuning as yet, but we'll get into it. So hopefully to get a good result here in this lobby. Just to give you a little update on the history of the track. It's a Japanese track. It was opened in 1990. It's 2.9 miles long in the Owata prefecture in Japan. Do apologise if I pronounced that wrong. In the northeast of Kumamoto, which is in Japan, like I just said. This is actually off Wikipedia, so don't if I do get it wrong, I do apologise. So just going to give you some commentary on the race. As you can see, there's a bit of carnage at the beginning there. Got a few easy positions, just as normal. Just trying to get some heat into the tyres, get into a little steady rhythm. Try not to stay away from any incidents if possible. So currently up into 7th position. This is going to be a long race, so I do apologise if I start boring you. Hopefully it won't be too boring, because it does actually get quite good towards the end. It also includes a pit stop, and I will talk about that in more detail when that arises, because something happens which I won't spoil it for you. So currently behind Speedy Gonzalez, he's in the leaderboard car, which is the Citroen. Not used this one as yet, but does look like a decent car if you can drive it. I also found that this car I was driving, I don't know if it was me or the fact that the car was better, but towards the back end of the track, which is this section leading up, I felt like it was actually stronger than the other cars, and actually could actually gain quite a lot of time. So these corners coming up are 15, 16, 17 and 18. This is turn 18, coming into the last little left-hander onto the pitch, onto the back straight, onto the main straight, sorry. Turn 19 up to turn 1. So first lap in 7th position. Got a couple of cars behind me. Guy called Felastra and JPK81. So as you see, nearly hit him there on turn 1. Hard on the brakes. Just trying to get a nice little gap, basically get as close as I can to number 6, and this JPK guy was very quick, chasing me down for my position. So a couple of cars ahead of us here. We've got Warp Zone and a guy called Fat, who I end up having a good battle towards the end of the race. He's also driving the Citroen, but he's in a podium position at the moment, a little bit further up the grid. So we're currently 7.6 seconds off the race leader at the moment. Just trying to keep it tight, not make any mistakes. That Speedy guy goes off, so we do capitalise. Another guy spins out, another Citroen. I didn't actually quite see who that was, so I made quite a few positions up there, up into 4th place, just in front of a guy called Gorizans, whatever that. I think he's Italian. Could be wrong. Could be Hungarian. Not really good with the flags. Anyway, up into 4th position. Coming up into the last sections now. This is the 16, 17, 18 turns. Quite a lot of turns on this track, as I said. Quite a big course. Didn't actually know this was actually a real course. Thought it was fictional. So it's good to know it's a real world course. Even better though. So just starting the beginning of lap 3 in a comfortable 4th position. Got the JPK guy 81 chasing me. Don't forget guys, if you do like my content, please do consider subscribing. I think about 95% of my viewers are not subscribed. I would really appreciate it if you could, so you would get notifications when I do go live and I do post any updates on my channels and social media. So please do check that out if you are interested. So got the guy in 5th chasing me, JPK. He seems to be quicker in the front half of the track. I seem to gap him towards the second half. So chasing down this guy in the Citroen. He's in a podium position, as I said before. We do have a good jostle with him towards the end of the race. This fat guy, and we've got he's actually just took 2nd place from a guy called Pablo. So that's good driving on his part, because we do like the Brits to do well. Currently went back down to 3rd place. So now on the section from turns 9, 10 and 11 up into the sharp right hander, which I don't seem to be able to get right very well. Seem to make a lot of mistakes. I think I've got that corner number right. It could actually be 12 and 13. I think we're on 12 and 13 now. This is turn 14, and then 15 we've got a right hander. So Fat's just ahead with guy in 2nd called Pablo, and then we've got Weedness 7. He's currently at the front, and he's got quite a healthy gap. As you can check the track map, you can see how far ahead he is. I only presume he got away at the front and didn't get caught up in all the incidents that was happening previously, as you've seen in the video. So decided to go into the pits now, and this is what I really want to talk to you about, because it's happened a few times. So coming to the pits, I don't want to refuel, I don't want to change the tyres, I want to get in and out as quickly as I can. And do let me know in the comments, guys, what you think of this. This happened to me yesterday as well, so I'll talk you through it. In the pits, in and out the pits, and as soon as I come out the pits I get a penalty. Now I don't know why that is. It's something to do with crossing the right line. I mean, as you clearly seen in the video, I was well within the areas not to get a penalty, but got one anyway. Can't figure that out. Don't know if it's a bug or not, but it certainly needs to be addressed, because like I said, it did happen to me yesterday, as I did a couple of daily races on Catalunya and Watkins Glen, and I had the same issue. So do let me know if you do find out what that problem is. Maybe it's a fault on my part, or it's a problem with the game itself. I know they just brought out a recent patch update. I think it was 1.44. It's obviously not addressed the issue because it happened last night after the update. So anyway, we'll get on with the race. Currently in 12th position. Some guys just span out there. I think he was driving a Citroen as well. So got a cheeky little position off him there. I'm now going to be serving me penalty coming down to turn 11. So going to have to serve me 3-second penalty for no fault of my own. Not on my part anyway. So Manu takes my position 11, and I've got a little gap from Goziano 400. So not going to lose any more positions. Up into 14, 15 and 16 of the track. Just hoping that when it comes round towards the end of maybe lap 8 or 9, that the people will be coming to pit and I can gain a few more positions. So as normal, just try to hit your markers, don't make any mistakes, try to keep it smooth as you can, don't over brake. JPK81 just gone in the pits, and Warp Zone 90, those guys are in and out. So I've got back into 10th position, just starting lap 5, and here comes the battle with the Brit called Fat. If you did watch my video, Fat, thanks for the race, it's thoroughly enjoyable. Try to keep it as clean as possible. So coming round to turn 3 and 4 now. Now this actually pans out to be, as I said previously, the Citroen seems to be quicker in these sections, and then towards the back end of the track I seem to be quicker than him, so we seem to rubber band each other. So he pulls away, I gain, and then by the time we get round to the start finish line we're pretty much even, and that actually happens for a couple of laps, as you will see. So just chasing him down. I've got 1 point, just over a second from 11th place, so I'm not too worried about him. Just trying to get into Fat's slipstream. I do know that I think it's within a second that you can actually start gaining an impact. but this car, as you can see, is quite high compared to the Citroen. So I think when it comes to wind resistance, I will be getting a bit more than what he would be getting, because that car's really low to the ground. That guy in front just going off in 8th, Masterpiece. Not sure what car he's driving there. Could be the McLaren, don't quote me on that. So got another cheeky position there, coming up into the last sections now, turns 17 and 18. As you see, gained on him a bit, up to 3/10, coming up into finish lap 5 onto lap 6. So pushing really hard, keeping it tight as possible, getting into his slipstream now. As you can see, gaining on him slightly, up to a 10th. Guy in 7th place, don't know what happened to him, driving the sister Renault. Ended up going right in between him. I don't know if he went invisible or not, but I did try and avoid him. Tried to get on the inside of Fat, didn't want to take us both out, so let off the accelerator there, just throttled down a bit, because I knew I had a couple more laps to make the move. I was hoping to get him before maybe lap 8, or I didn't really want to take it to the last lap, because I only presume more people would be pitting and therefore may interfere with our jostling. So Fat goes a little bit wide there. As you can see, he's pulled away again because that car seems to be superior. I don't know in what aspect, that may be on grip, on downforce, not sure, but Renault does seem to struggle in those corners, getting a lot of I don't know, a lot of movement in the car, a lot of side spin. Maybe it's the fact that I've got the brake bias set differently, I don't know, not very knowledgeable when it comes to that, but we'll get there in due course. We're coming down to the right turn on turn 11. He's pulled a 1.2 second lead, and we've got F16 right behind me. He's about 7/10 behind me, so need to be a bit defensive. If you check in the map in the bottom right hand corner, not actually showing on the radar as yet, but I need to be a bit wary of that. So coming up to the back section again, which I'm quicker again, so let's just start gaining on Fat again, getting a bit closer, up down to 7/10 now, 6/10. We've got a guy called Weedness7, he's going in the pits. He was currently the leader of the race, if you remember previously me saying so at the beginning. He had a massive lead, so don't know what happened to him. He must have had a accident or something, because we're just about to pass the leader. And Nelik has took the lead, coming up into lap 7 into turn 1 and 2. So we're currently 6th and 7th. Speedy Gonzalez just took 5th, so I presume the other guy who was chasing me, the F16 guy, must have gone into the pits. And we're currently 4/10 up on the first sector. If I can stay close to him on this first part of the race, that I'm hoping I'll be able to push him really hard on the bit that I'm stronger on. 4/10, this will have stopped gapping me a little bit. Definitely better grip that car's got. You can wonder why it's at the top of the leaderboards. We've got a 2-second gap on Gozziano in 8th place. I presume that's an Italian, and the guy in 9th, he's Warp Zone French chap, I think. We're 2/10 up on sector 2, coming down to turn 11, where the penalty system is, as you can see on the left hand side. We've got 3 more laps to do, 7, 8 and 9. Just trying to pressure him now, so this is where I'm stronger, start pushing a bit harder. If you can get really close to him, I was hoping to get him on the start finish line, get him in the slipstream. I don't know what happened there. I think I braked a little bit too late, nearly hit the back of him, or he broke too early, I'm not sure. So here we go, up into this section now, up into 16, 17, 18 and 19. Coming up onto the start finish line, trying to get into his slipstream, 3/10 within him now, hoping to get really close, not close enough I don't think. Pushing down the start finish line, you can see him getting really close. Sorry to repeat myself. Into turn 1, didn't want to take it to it, didn't want to hit him. He knows I'm all over the back of him. I'm within a 10th of him now, I have been for the last 3 laps. As you can see, the guard behind, there's a bit of a gap. Tried to make me move there, but not enough room. Couple more turns. He is feeling the pressure. It must be the Rothmans livery he's running. Not many cars now run the old cigarette sponsorships. Them days are long gone. So coming up into the section that I'm a bit stronger in, which is 14, 15, 16 and 17, towards the back end of the track. Fantastic track, guys. I do really like this one. It's got a bit of everything. So coming down the hill now, I've got the bloody turn numbers wrong, haven't I? This is coming turn 10 to turn 11. Do apologise. Keeping it tight as I can. Still got over a second on 6th place. We've only got 2 laps left, 8 and 9. Trying to get me brake markers. This is where I'm strongest. Just seems to turn better the car. Pushing really hard. Right, the leader's just gone onto the pits. That Nalick guy, French. I think he's driving a Citroen as well, if memory serves me right. Coming up onto the last lap. Really pushing as hard as I can in this Renault. This is the chance to make the move. Right, and now this is what happens. Another car comes out the pit lane. This guy called Nalick, who had the lead, driving another sister Citroen, and this is where it gets a bit spicy. So last lap, everything's on the line now. Possible chance of a podium now. I see this. Braking a bit late there, nearly hit Fat. Trying to stay as close as I can. Now what happens here is Fat goes on the inside of Nalick. Nalick doesn't like it, pushes him wide, and then Nalick rear ends him up the arse, takes him out, which I thought was really dirty. As you can see, Fat's race is ruined. He's down into 6th place. I've got Gonziano guy all over me, and this guy Nalick. Really disappointed in his driving craft. Very aggressive. Just seems to find a lot of these toxic plays online all the time. It really does spoil it, but I do honestly say it is a minority. So he's struggling for grip, even though he's been in and out the pits. He's obviously still on the same tyres. My tyres are shot, as you can see. They're down to about 3/4, but still plenty of grip. Pushing him really hard now. This is the bit where I'm really strong. Didn't know what wanted to do there. Didn't have to go on the inside. He's all over the track. I thought if I go for the move, he's going to take me out. So I thought, might just capitalise and just try and get him on a clean section of the track. This is the bit where I'm strongest now. Pushing really hard. 16, 17, 18 and 19 is the best part of the track that I'm really strong on. Trying to get as close as I can. Trying to get him in a slipstream. I was thinking about going on the outside of turn 18. But he's just weaving all over the track and I'm really unsure what to do. So just trying to get in the slipstream, see if I can push him as hard as I can. And as you can see, the Citroen's just superior in the straight line. Just pulling away. There you go, guys. 4th position. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Sorry to waffle on a bit too long because it was a 9-lap race. Didn't edit much of it, to be honest, because there was quite a lot going on there. I do appreciate all your support. Thanks for everything. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.